Beijing is an incredible city, but it's a lot more than the silk market and the Forbidden City. But sometimes you have to scratch beneath the surface to find some real treasures here. And we're at one such treasure right now, the Longquan Temple that has a history of more than 1,000 years. And I'm going to show you how old it really is. This bridge is been eroding here for 1,000 years. Look at this mark here. The original stonework was up to here. This is what 1,000 years of rain and snow and weather can do. This bridge is the Golden Dragon Bridge, and under this bridge was, according to legend, it's reputed, that there's a golden dragon that lives here. And also, this bridge was built by the first abbot of this venerable monastery. Previously, the abbot was only able to get across this water, this stream, by, according to legend, riding on the back of a big tortoise. But he spent 3 years raising enough money, raising alms to build this bridge. So now, 1,000 years later, we're able to walk across it and to go into this beautiful temple full of very interesting monuments and even more interesting people. And here's another interesting thing. During the same time period, the Liao dynasty, a very old dynasty in China, we have this tree up here. This is a ginkgo tree. And this tree is interesting because it's also 1,000 years old. But what's fascinating about this tree is that people have seen an old man with a long white beard wandering around here. And actually, some people have seen that man disappear into the trunk of this tree. So many people believe that this man is the god of the tree. And there are people who are alive today who have actually seen this man, this god of the tree. In this temple, we not only have the remnants of ancient buildings and bridges, but we have a community of people who are studying here, praying here, advancing Buddhist knowledge here. And what's amazing to me about this place is that many of the monks here gave up an ordinary life like we have, but these are people who went to the best universities in China, the Harvards and MITs of China, to become monks and to devote themselves to Buddhist study and to a life of contemplation. Charming. What's this about? What lesson am I seeing here?
对，他是讲我们来到这个世界上不是来享受的，是要来创造的。通过我们的这个工作，可以把很多关于佛法的内涵 关于佛法的智慧，能够用这种大家喜欢的方式展现出来，让大家可以接受，让大家了解到这个真正有智慧的这种佛法的这种精髓。
Very nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
I think your colleagues and your abbot are very enlightened to use the internet, to use the blogs, and to use the modern technology to educate people about Buddhism in our modern age. So it's an ancient and venerable tradition being used with the modern technology.
Yeah, you know, the rebel is very young, just about 47 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I think he knows the internet, the modern technology quite well.
Mm-hmm.
And he is very familiar with the modern technology, especially the information technology. As early as in the February of 2006, he posted his first article on the Sina blog.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, he was known, or the event was acknowledged as the first one of the 10 great events in religious circle in that in Chinese religious circle in that year. Yes.
And I think that you have 8 languages. Is that right? That you use online? Is that right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And I'm interested to know, you probably can track where many of the people are who are reading the abbot's messages. So are there people looking in from every continent, from Africa, South America, and many faraway places?
Yes, I think the readers are from all over the world.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a remarkable use of the new technology.
Yeah, you can see the responses from the different users from different
Mhm.
countries, and
Mhm.
if the able has time, he himself really come to the computer to answer the questions.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think it's very, very good. Yeah,
Mhm.
keep up the good work.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Now we're at the Heart of the Earth Organic Farm, an important part of this monastery. Important because Buddhism shows a respect for nature. One of the amazing things here that I found is this building over here. This is a tea house that we're going to, or a place for meditation. And what I like about this place is that it shows the respect that the monastery and that Buddhism has for nature. Look at this tree. It's not a very beautiful tree, but it's a tree. It's alive. And look what was done here. The roof was built so this tree didn't have to be moved or cut down. So up here on the roof, there's several holes so the tree can still live and can live side by side with the people who are enjoying the tea house or who is meditating. I think this is very, very special. Now we're going to go inside the greenhouse where a lot of things are just starting to bud. Things that are grown here are done in a way that are sensitive to the environment. If an insect is found, the insect is moved from the plant to a special area where the insect can live by itself, but not to disturb the things that are growing here. Really, the food smells delicious here. It's making me hungry. And I know a lot of this food is grown organically on the grounds of the monastery. And it's quite a sight to see. But now to be here and smell it and look at it, it's making me too hungry. Very hungry now. There's something very special about coming here during a mealtime. It's a very spiritual experience, unlike what we may be used to in the West, where eating is to satisfy our desires. Here it's a time for additional contemplation and thought in a very spiritual atmosphere. Nobody talks, but the people contemplate, pray, chant, and think, because the body is a temple, and the body needs sustenance in order to serve God, in order to do good deeds, and in order to serve others. Now we're in the west yard of the monastery, and this part of the yard has remnants that are over a millennium old. People come here, as they have for hundreds of years, to worship and to chant to this very day. And I've had a revelation here, because I remember once speaking to a very high-level government official in Washington, and he told me in Washington that if you took the high road of ethics and morality, that you'd encounter little or no traffic. Well, in this monastery, we can encounter a lot of ethics and morality. And how do I know it? Because we've walked around and we've seen people practicing it, breathing it, eating it, sleeping it. And also, it's memorialized on the mountain up here. And so this is how I know that this is a place of ethics and morality. There's over 300 full-time volunteers here at the monastery. While they receive room and board, that's all they receive. So here you have it, an ancient and venerable temple using the most modern techniques of internet and social media to spread the important message of Buddhism. A lot of this progress would not have occurred without the leadership and inspiration of the abbot of this temple, the venerable abbot Shui Sheng. And this abbot has told me in a communication, and I wanted to read it verbatim because every word is important. The Buddhist concepts of compassion, equality, and perfect harmony that exceed the opposition between the subjective and objective, and the antagonistic between the self and others, can be a bridge for the communication, exchange, and cooperation of different religions, and even of different civilizations, for dissolving misunderstanding and hostility. I hope that you'll have an opportunity to visit this monastery for yourself. A few years ago, very few visitors have come here, but now over 1 million people come here each year to see this wonderful place with a rich history, a prosperous present, and an unlimited future.